Hello dear students, today we are going to deal with the morphology of angiosperms, and you know that angiosperms are having two well developed systems. You have root system and shoot system, and in the shoot system you are having stems, leaves, flowers and fruits, and we have to discuss each and every part of the plant in terms of their morphology. Today our focus is morphology of root. Before really getting started, let me tell you what morphology is all about. Morphology simply means the external appearance of the plant. What is the external appearance of a plant? How a plant exactly looks like in its appearance. Okay, that is morphology. So let's get started. The roots in angiosperms, they develop from the embryonic radicle. You have this embryo, and this embryo is having different parts. You are having cotyledons, pillimule, hypocotyle, and this is the radicle, and the roots they develop from this radicle. And these roots are positively geotropic, they move towards soil. They are negatively phototropic, they do not move towards the source of light. And they are also positively hydrotropic, it means the roots tend to move towards those locations which are moist. Okay, and in roots you do not have nodes and internodes, unlike in case of shoots where you have distinct nodes and internodes. And you have unicellular hair-like structures on the surface of roots, and these are known as root hairs. And one more structure associated with the roots is the calyptra or root cap. Calyptra or root cap is actually a structure which protects the root apical meristem, from injury and desiccation. Actually, at the tip of the root you have a group of cells which are known as meristematic cells, and they continuously divide. They are also delicate, and when the root moves into the soil, there are chances that it may get injury. To protect these cells from the injury, you have root cap, okay, or calyptra. And roots are absent in some hydrophytes, and if present, they lack the root hairs. In some hydrophytes, roots are absent, and if present, they lack the root hairs. Actually, the function of root hairs is absorption of extra water, but in aquatic ecosystems, aquatic habitats, there is no need to have root hairs because you have water in abundance. Okay, and in a few hydrophytes, the root caps too are absent. What is the function of root cap? It protects the root apical meristem from desiccation and injury. But in aquatic ecosystems, you do not have maximum chances of getting injury, and for that reason, a few hydrophytes have lost their root caps. In a state, they have developed some specific structures which are known as root pockets, and these root pockets give them buoyancy or balance in the aquatic ecosystems. And the roots are highly reduced or insignificantly developed in some plants like Wolffia and Epipogeum. These are the two aquatic plants in which you have the highest reduced root system. Okay, they have highly reduced root systems. And in lamina, you can see here, in lamina, the roots are hair-like. Okay, and at the terminal point of each hair-like root, you are having a specific structure that I have already told you. These are the root pockets. Okay, and these root pockets give buoyancy to the lamina plants. Here you can see in this image, you are actually having a single root cap, but in some cases, for example pandanus, you are having usually a single root cap, but in case of pandanus or cycrupine, you are having multiple root caps. Okay, this is all about the general introduction of roots. Now let's move on to the types of roots. Broadly speaking, you have two types of roots: taproot system and you have adventitious roots. Okay, taproot system is that type of root system which develops from the radicle of the embryo. Okay, and this root system, it persists throughout the life of the plant. Those roots which develop from the embryonic radicle and persist throughout the life of the plant, they are known as taproots. And taproots are found in case of dicots. Okay, and you have one more root system, that is adventitious root system. They develop from other parts, other than the radicle of the embryo. Okay, if the root is developing from other parts except the radical, that type of root system is known as adventitious root system. Here you can see this is the fibrous root system of monocots. In monocots, actually the primary root which develops from the embryonic radical, that is ephemeral, or it degenerates early. That is, ephemeral means it is short-lived, and these roots are later on replaced by the adventitious roots which develop from either the base of polyamule or it develops from the lower nodes of the plant. ठीक है, आपने देखा होगा मेज में the lower nodes of the maize, they give rise to root like structures which are known as adventitious roots. Okay, I will repeat, adventitious roots are those roots which develop from parts other than the radical. If any part of the plant is giving rise to roots except the radical, those roots are known as adventitious roots. For example, in monocots you have fibrous root system, and that fibrous root system develops from the lower nodes of the plant. Now you are having a root, and this root is having 5 distinct regions. Okay, here you can see in the image region of root cap here. Okay, and then you have the meristematic region, or you can say root apical meristem, and then you have region of elongation. This region, when the cells in the root apical meristem divide, they continuously elongate this portion of the root. Okay, actually elongation takes place in this region. Then you have region of root here. This is the region of root here. Okay, and finally you have the mature region, or region of maturation. Okay, in the image you can see you are having root cap region, you are having root apical meristem, or you can say meristematic region. Then you are having elongation region. Elongation actually takes place in this region when the cells are cut down in the meristematic region. Okay, then you have root hair region, and finally you have region of maturation. Actually the whole region from this part to the above, this is known as region of maturation, because in that region the formation of secondary tissues like xylem and phloem takes place. In this region you do not have secondary tissues formed. This is all about the distinct regions of roots, and in the next class we will study the modifications of roots. And till then, God bless you and thank you all.